Greetings, fellow wanderers of Middle-earth. Today we delve into the shadows to uncover the chilling tale of one of Tolkien's most terrifying creations, the Witch-king of Angmar, Lord of the Nazgûl. Known to most as the fearsome leader of the Black Riders, his history stretches back far beyond the War of the Ring. So gather close, and let us trace the dark path that led a man to become the most dreaded servant of Sauron. Our story begins in the Second Age, a time of great kingdoms and greater follies. Sauron, not yet revealed as the Dark Lord, walked among the peoples of Middle-earth in fair form. He called himself Annatar, the Lord of Gifts, and approached the elven smiths of Eregion with promises of knowledge and power. But Sauron had grander designs. In secret, he forged the One Ring to rule all others, and to ensnare the rulers of men, he crafted 9 rings of power. As Tolkien writes in the Silmarillion, those who used the 9 rings became mighty in their day, kings, sorcerers, and warriors of old. They obtained glory and great wealth, yet it turned to their undoing. Among those who received these rings was a great lord of Númenor, a man of noble lineage and great ambition. Though Tolkien never revealed his name, this man would become the greatest and most terrible of the Nazgûl, the Witch-king of Angmar. At first, the ring brought him all he desired. His power grew, his life extended far beyond that of mortal men. He amassed great wealth and influence, becoming a king among his people. But slowly, insidiously, the ring's true nature revealed itself. The man who would be Witch-king found his physical form fading, becoming invisible to mortal eyes. His will became enslaved to Sauron, and he was drawn inexorably into the realm of shadows. By the year 2251 of the Second Age, he and the other 8 ring-bearers had fully transformed into the Nazgûl, the ring-wraiths, eternal servants of the Dark Lord. For over 1,000 years, the Nazgûl served Sauron in secret, carrying out his will across Middle-earth. But their existence was revealed during the War of the Last Alliance, when elves and men united to overthrow Sauron. With their master's defeat and the loss of the One Ring, the Nazgûl withdrew into the shadows, biding their time. It wasn't until the year 1300 of the Third Age that the Witch-king emerged again to make his mark on Middle-earth. In the cold lands of the north, he established the realm of Angmar, positioning himself as a direct threat to the fractured kingdoms of the Dúnedain. The Witch-king's strategy was one of divide and conquer. He exploited the divisions between the 3 successor kingdoms of Arnor, Arthedain, Rhudain, and Cardolan. Through a combination of military might and dark sorcery, he slowly wore down the defenses of the Dúnedain. Rhudain fell first, becoming a puppet state of Angmar. Cardolan followed, its people devastated by warfare and a great plague, almost certainly a weapon of the Witch-king's devising. For nearly 700 years, the Witch-king waged his war of attrition against the North Kingdom. The elves of Rivendell, led by Elrond and the remains of the Dúnedain, fought valiantly against the forces of Angmar. But even with their combined might, they could only delay the inevitable. In the year 1974, Arthedain, the last remnant of Arnor, fell to the Witch-king's forces. But the Witch-king's triumph was short-lived. The following year, a great fleet arrived from Gondor, led by Arnor, Crown Prince of Gondor. Alongside the elves of Lindon and the remaining Dúnedain, they utterly defeated the forces of Angmar at the Battle of Fernost. It was in this battle that one of the most famous prophecies in The Lord of the Rings was born. As the Witch-king fled the field, Arnor moved to pursue him. But Glorfindel, the mighty elf lord, held him back, speaking words that would echo through the ages. "Do not pursue him. You will not return to these lands. Far off yet is his doom, and not by the hand of man will he fall." With the fall of Angmar, the Witch-king returned to Mordor, rejoining Sauron and the other Nazgûl. But his desire for vengeance against Gondor remained. Years later, when Arnor became king of Gondor, the Witch-king challenged him to single combat. Arnor, remembered as hot-headed and prideful, accepted the challenge and rode to Minas Morgul, never to be seen again. This act marked the end of the line of kings in Gondor, leading to the rule of the Stewards, a pivotal moment that would shape the political landscape of Gondor right up to the War of the Ring. For the next 1,000 years, the Witch-king bided his time in Minas Morgul, the dead city that had once been the Gondorian fortress of Minas Ithil. From this dread place, he directed Sauron's forces, preparing for the final war that would decide the fate of Middle-earth. The Witch-king's final act on the stage of Middle-earth came during the War of the Ring. Leading the assault on Minas Tirith, he nearly brought about the fall of Gondor. In a moment of dark triumph, he shattered the gates of the city and confronted Gandalf himself. But fate, it seems, had not forgotten Glorfindel's prophecy. On the fields of the Pelennor, the Witch-king met his doom not by the hand of man, but by the sword of Eowyn, shield maiden of Rohan, and the dagger of Merry, a hobbit of the Shire. In his final moments, the Witch-king perhaps remembered his origins, the choices that led him to this point, as he faced something he had not known for millennia: fear. Then tottering, struggling up, with her last strength she drove her sword between crown and mantle, as the great shoulders bowed before her. The sword broke sparkling into many shards. The crown rolled away with a clang. Eowyn fell forward upon her fallen foe. But lo, the mantle and hauberk were empty. Shapeless they lay now on the ground, torn and tumbled, and a cry went up into the shuddering air, and faded to a shrill wailing passing with the wind, a voice bodiless and thin that died, and was swallowed up, and was never heard again in that age of this world. So ended the Witch-king of Angmar, once a great lord of men, then the most dreaded servant of Sauron. His tale serves as a chilling reminder of the corrupting influence of power and the long game of evil in Tolkien's world. The story of the Witch-king raises intriguing questions about fate, free will, and the nature of evil in Middle-earth. Was the Witch-king truly evil, or was he as much a victim of Sauron's deceptions as a perpetrator? Could he have chosen a different path, or was his fate sealed the moment he accepted the Ring of Power? These questions echo throughout Tolkien's works, from the fall of Númenor to the corruption of Saruman. They remind us that in Middle-earth, as in our own world, the line between hero and villain can be perilously thin. So, brave explorers of Middle-earth, what do you think? Does the tragic history of the Witch-king change your perception of the Nazgûl? How does his long game of conquest in the north compare to Sauron's strategies? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and until our next journey into the depths of Tolkien's world, may the light of the Eldar be with you.